Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER. I'm Michael, and today we got in the studio
MoMo,
Dayveyonne, Bussy, bring the smoke.
Bring the smoke. How you guys doing today?
Good, bro.
So, let's start out with gaming because we never do. Xbox Scarlet, which is not even the name of the new console. It's just, that's the name of the project. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, so recent articles came up where they interviewed the head of the project, and he stated the name is going to follow, the naming convention is going to follow the same as previous iterations of Xbox. So the Xbox 360 was like the all-around experience pertaining directly to the Xbox console. And then the Xbox One is like, this is kind of an all-in-one type thing. And so Project Scarlet, because it's not the Xbox Scarlet, it's Project Scarlet. So whatever they're going to name the Xbox, it goes into its function. And my bid, because of what's happening in the gaming community as far as like fighting toxicity and all the people, like kind of like the whole thing with Mixer and building their community for being like a very friendly community and a non-toxic community, non-toxic alternative to Twitch. Sorry. But yeah. But so
is Twitch toxic?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's kind of no way around that.
Okay.
So my bid for the name is Xbox Unity.
Interesting. I could see that would work. That would work. So maybe there's some sort of function to block people and...
Well, those functions already exist. However, Microsoft has been stepping their game up as far as blocking and filtering and banning and restricting accounts in terms of harassment. No, that's just what it is.
I thought you guys timed that to say that together. That was
No, because he knows.
Because I'm a gamer. I play PlayStation 4. I'm not an Xbox person, but I'm a PS4 player.
Wow.
Like, Microsoft may not have console exclusives, but they do have a very strict harassment guidelines.
They have a bigger catalog? Which one has a bigger catalog?
PS4.
PS4 has a bigger catalog.
And Nintendo is getting right there. I know they're second.
Right.
So
yeah.
The funny thing is Nintendo has a large catalog, but it's not geared toward quote unquote serious gamers.
Okay.
So
it's more like
just
party,
family friendly.
Family friendly party games.
So it's hilarious to me whenever someone comes up with Nintendo, saying Nintendo is gonna eventually like fall or crash, or like Sony's gonna get further than them, and Microsoft's gonna get further than them, because they don't have the same target market.
Yeah.
Right. They don't care.
Yeah. Like
and they're making money.
Because it's all about like Mario Kart. Everybody loves Mario Kart. Everybody loves Mario Kart.
Everybody.
Yes. I can tell you a game that everybody hates. Monkey Ball. Everybody hates Monkey Ball. I'm one of those people that hates Monkey Ball.
They brought it back.
I hate Monkey Ball. You will never see me play Monkey Ball.
They brought it back.
That's funny.
One more game they need to bring back?
When they're doing this, what's up with Sony? Because I heard rumors that they were supposed to release something maybe around New York Comic Con, which did not happen.
That was...
Now it's like spring next year?
Yeah, no. Okay, so State of Play just happened.
Right.
and they did announce it in State of Play. The stuff that was supposed to be announced during Comic-Con was announced during that State of Play, and there was one like samurai-esque style game. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. That was supposed to be the whole like, yo, this is here, this is the release date for it and everything. And that info came out in the State of Play the past couple days ago. And so that was the big thing. As far as the PS5, it's about as good as the Xbox Scarlet. Like, as good as Scarlet. No, like, not as far as comparison. It's just like as far as what we know about it.
Okay.
And also for those PS players or people that actually use it to watch regular TV on, just be advised that PlayStation V is no longer in service January 15th, 2020, I think. So you're going to be happy, but also sad at the same time, because one, you're going to be saving 50 or 60 or whatever you was paying for that premium package. But you may have to go back to the regular cable, or probably look for another app within the PlayStation that will let you watch certain channels.
Which someone will always come up with a hack or something like that. If you want to go down that road. You know. But that's another thing too, as a tech moment, I remember when everyone was jailbreaking their iPhones and this, and there are people that still do it.
Yeah.
But at some point, you just get tired because you can never upgrade. Every time you get a new phone or any kind of upgrade, and you don't want to stay in the past because they actually do fix bugs. So it's just annoying at some point.
Well, with jailbreaking, it was kind of, the purpose of jailbreaking was to make it like universal.
Fire
so it's just
allegedly.
It's just, yeah, allegedly. It's the universal technical hack for something. And so like with
it had nothing to do with free.
Yeah. And so like the whole thing with, okay, you jailbreak your phone and you can get it with any carrier, which was the big deal for the most part. Like when they first started doing it, it's like, I have this cool phone, but it doesn't work with my carrier.
I had this cool phone. Who you been hanging out with?
I don't know. And so like cross compatibility has always been a big tech issue. And hopping back to video games right quick, Sony, a lot of their games are going cross-platform.
What? So you could play with it on Nintendo and?
I'm not sure about Nintendo.
Yeah, because they got, that's not going to work.
So for the most part, it's for Microsoft, for the Xbox. And it's not every game, but it is a handful of like majorly played games. What?
Still down. Thumbs down.
It's not every. They can't cross-platform every game. If the game does not have
Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of lists. Mortal Kombat.
Hang on, let me pull up the list.
Street Fighter 5, I really don't count because that was a problem. Tekken 7.
Hang on, let me pull up the list. So
here's the list, ladies and gentlemen.
Call of Duty, Dauntless, Fortnite, Minecraft, Paladins. I like Paladins. Paladins is fun. It doesn't have
no Mortal Kombat, ladies and gentlemen. No Tekken, ladies and gentlemen.
It doesn't have the 2020 list. It's just the 2019 list.
And I'm a fighter. I play fighting games. Okay, Call of Duty once in a while to let off some steam, but come on, you gotta do something for the people that likes fighting games. Come on, Sony. Come on, Xbox. Get with the program.
Well, see, the hilarious
Killer
thing
Instinct.
is when they do get around to doing fighting games, like doing cross-platform fighting games, Nintendo is going to wreck them.
Excuse me?
No. Think about it. Nintendo, like, okay, so Nintendo doesn't have Street Fighter or Tekken or Mortal Kombat. However, they have Smash, which is arguably the biggest.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
The biggest fighting game right now.
Especially when you play Kirby and Meta Knight.
I mean, Kirby, don't judge me.
The overpowered characters of that darn game.
You know who's really overpowered?
Who?
Peach and Rosalina.
No, they really told me Kirby and Meta Knight is the most OP of that whole game.
Peach is like an unexpected OP character. Like, she's highly overpowered, and you just don't expect that from someone in a pink skirt. You just know.
Oh, boy.
That basically use an umbrella like Belvedere.
Yeah, she's parasol. No, she smacks you upside the head with one of her servants. Like, she hasn't. She grabs a toadstool.
People might be seeing this after, but I will put this up. So we have an event coming up.
Yes.
After Big Apple, and MoMo. Here you go. Here's your cosplay.
No. Why no? Why does he get to trade you?
You want to trade?
Yeah.
All right. Which one you want?
So what I would like to do is every show we're gonna have some random stuff at every show.
Okay, then give me that.
So I want to give out some stuff at our event.
God, that just looks weird.
So yeah, so just go to GEEKCASTER on Instagram and on our Facebook. We are doing an after party after Big Apple Con.
Yes, please come out, enjoy, meet us.
Big Apple Con after party, which I unfortunately will not be able to go to.
Cause you're gonna be in Texas.
Yeah.
Texas.
Hanging out with Beyonce. Her old address.
No, I'll be hanging out with possibly a couple members of RDC World.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Matter of fact, when they're in the area, you could invite them to this show.
Yeah.
Possibly. They don't come up to New York often. Like they came up for Anime NYC.
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, and they forgot how famous they were, so they had to buy Envu masks. I shouldn't be saying this in case they try to do it again, because then they'll be like, oh, that's them. Sorry.
Oh, before I forget, Wakava. If they could, it's the light to. Yeah, there you go, Wakava. They're working with Sony. If you want to sing in an anime, they're looking for recording artists, people to sing. So
I should do that as a joke.
You should do that. You never know. You might be one of the new voices for Sakura Music. So again, Sakura Music is a label under Sony Music Entertainment. Go to their website, check that out, sakuramusic.jp/, and maybe you can have that new voice.
Yes.
That website might end up being .en.
No?
No, not. I know it's listed as .jp. However,
it might
change to .en.
Yeah. Oh, automatically?
English.
Gotcha. So check that out. Check that out, and that'll be amazing. So, let's see what else we got going on. So, boy, you're breathing so hard, sir.
No, I just turned this way.
Yeah,
I can hear you in
his mic.
No, I'm too close. My mic is too close.
So,
are you okay? You know what? Let's talk about fitness within the geek community. Going to these cons. Are you tired from cons? Is that what it is?
Yes, I am.
Listen, I am never tired from cons. That is my monthly
it's
workout.
A lot.
That is like my once every 2 months workout or something.
Now, I don't mean, again, for people that don't understand this, when you go to these cons, it's not just tired of going to cons. It's the fact once you get there, you're literally walking for 5 hours straight.
And not even that. Like if you got a 4-day pass, that's like...
It's a lot of exercise.
Oh, yeah. And then especially, so like up here we have the Javits, which is like one of our main convention places, well, convention centers. So like, you walk across the Javits, you have walked half a mile.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Like including, like if you go from one end of the Javits to the other, which with going up the stairs and down the escalators and up the, like all the way across, that's roughly half a mile.
No. I think when you go through the aisles.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No, when you go through the aisles, you can clock a 10K.
You're like, okay. Then
it never ends.
And you're like, wait, is there an Uber? Right. Is there a teleporter to teleport you to one place to the other?
So speaking of conventions, this is the end of the decade, and 2020 is coming up, which means 2020 conventions. And
nope. No, yes. We're not going to any conventions next year. We're going to boycott.
Man, I'm going to all the conventions next year. You don't even know.
So what's new?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What's new in conventions? Because I feel like we've covered almost all of them, and then the moment you feel that you got it understood,
there's another one.
Yeah. So there's always new conventions. Conventions are like a ton of time, work, and money to put on, so it may take a bit to get like a new one started, but once it goes, it's gonna be here. So new upcoming in February is Geeks of Color Expo down in Austin, Texas.
Now, what is that about?
So
is it like the title?
It is the title. It's Geeks of Color Expo.
Geeks of Color.
Yes, and so their motto is inclusive but not exclusive. So one of the questions that you'll get asked when you work a convention of color is, are white people allowed? And we can't say no. But Geeks of Color Expo does go the extra mile and says, yes, you are definitely allowed. Come out. Come support us. Come support your fellow nerds.
We come to your cause. Why not come to ours?
Now, question. Now, it's interesting just because in this era, in this air, it seems like everyone's coming up with a niche to say that they're different. And I don't know. Is it a little played a little bit? It's almost like next week there'll be a con only for people that write with their left hand, and then there's going to be people that only run with their right foot first. Is it a little silly?
So,
or do you feel that's necessary?
It is a bit necessary. However, it will never. I don't think it'll ever go to that extent of someone who writes with their left hand, or people.
We're pretty close.
No,
we're pretty close. We're like this.
Right now, we're fighting We're not fighting. We're fighting a diversity fight. So, like, you have all these conventions, but really the only conventions that have a large population of POC are conventions in places that naturally have a large population of POC.
Right. So, is it a thing of, the reason why I say that, and I don't want to shout anybody out, purposely I'm doing that way, it's like, well, and I'm just playing advocate on this one. Is it by chance? Is it people not coming out? Is it bigger cons or older cons just didn't create an environment that is inducive of a lot of people coming? Like, what is it?
It's definitely the environment, because like, you can easily see the environment from a cosplayer standpoint. There's a lot of cosplayers of color who it took them so long to start cosplaying, but their cosplays right now are so extremely good because they were scared of cosplaying previously because the few cosplayers of color that did cosplay, you see every third comment as positive. The comments that aren't initially just positive are either like sexualizing or demeaning, or they're just flat out racist.
Wow.
Like there's a lot of those. And so like it discourages other cosplayers because like you go in to the cosplayers, like you click on the image and you go to type a like cool cosplay or something, and while you're typing you see that racist comment, you see that sexist comment, and so it discourages you. Like you still encourage them, the cosplayer who is already cosplaying, but it discourages you from cosplaying. And so because like that was for the longest, that was the gateway of convention, was okay, someone who's into cosplay goes to conventions. So not knowing this is kind of a quote unquote white space, or like not specifically a black space or a space where a lot of black people are, you're just like, can I go there and not get harassed? It's like when you travel abroad.
Well, depending on where you go, there's a lot more love for the brothers and sisters depending on where you travel. Let me tell you.
No, but when you're black and you travel, the first question you ask is, "Are they racist?"
Like,
this is terrible, but it stands for conventions too.
She
like when
speaks
you go to
the truth, ladies and gentlemen. She speaks.
Sorry, what spots do I go?
Can I go there?
Right.
So
I mean, it's sad to this day and age. I mean, I'm making fun, but it's really terrible that people still feel this, because geekdom, nerddom, however you classify yourself, it's changed. Like, you can like these things. Like, there's no one saying, hey, don't like comic books. Hey, don't. Like, all that has went away socially. So it's kind of like, but it seems like within the world of cosplay, totally separate from even toys, figurines, gaming, horror, sci-fi, fantasy, it's all good. This seems to be only happening in the world of cosplay.
No, back up, because you said gaming, and we were just talking about that the other episode. How like,
well, when you're going live, yes,
not even when you're going live. Like as soon as they find out, like you either say a word in African American English vernacular, or like you say. Like, sometimes you'll say it, sometimes they'll ask and you don't think anything about it, and then they just turn.
So you're saying the moment they realize that the player is of color, or think they're of color,
yes,
it's
like, not always, but there, like, even still to this day, there's a lot of occurrences in which that still happens. And, like, even worse when you're a girl.
Well, I hear that. I hear that a lot, but for some reason, even though that does happen, I remember when you're playing against people anywhere in the world, and there's racism and there's sexism, but for some reason, there seems to be more, or maybe just more hurt feelings for cosplayers than there are in gaming.
Well, because cosplay is very visual. Like, it's you that you're putting a picture of.
Right.
And so, like, a lot of the hurt feelings in cosplay does come from, like, on a global stance, people not understanding or choosing not to understand the implications and the history behind blackface.
Right.
And, like, there was...
article.
Actually, no, it wasn't an article. Someone cosplayed. There was a Japanese cosplayer, I believe.
I thought she was white.
No, hang on.
No. I know which one you're talking about.
There's a couple ones. So
they had to tell her girl didn't know.
She was white. That one was European. I'm talking about another one a couple weeks back.
There's one Japanese one that we're doing. But again, the energy's interesting. Cultural difference and wanting to emulate, like, she was like proud to do the dark skin. Like, she didn't mean it in a sense of
like basically
and so,
degrading.
Like, there's a lot of things, because like in cosplay it's not meant to be degrading, but that's the thing, the history of it is degrading, which is why it's a bad thing to do. And so like we treat situations usually way different when it's like an Asian cosplayer as opposed to a European or an American cosplayer or like an Australian cosplayer, because they know. They should know the history.
Keyword should.
A keyword should, because like the history occurred in those areas, whereas like in Asian cultures it didn't necessarily occur the same.
Okay.
And to the same extent as it did in the Americas, Australia, and Europe. And
also, in other places, it's just cool to be black.
Yeah. Like right now, look at America. Like everybody want
K-pop.
the round part of a woman to be voluptuous.
Y'all don't understand. I said K-pop and then started laughing, but so BTS, the biggest K-pop group out now, recently released their winter merch line, and it's a navy blue jacket, navy blue reversible bubble jacket, a navy blue like fisherman's cap, and I don't remember if there was an actual bandana or not, but the pattern on all this wear is the bandana, the gang bandana.
Oh.
Like the paisley. It's hilarious because it's called paisley print.
Ooh.
But so it's navy blue and it has the paisley print on it, and like the entirety of the U.S. is like, so you're trying to get a shot? Wow. Because like in the U.S. you can't wear that print.
Right, you can.
And it's a cultural thing. That is a cultural print, cultural color, etc., etc. And K-pop is notorious for taking hip-hop culture and copying it, and in some cases claiming it as their own. And with this new streetwear, like, it was very obvious that their team was only Korean. And I don't think that team I'd be surprised if that team had any people of Japanese descent either, because the Japanese, even though there are instances in which they copy American culture, they do their research on it. Like,
you know what, we should definitely do another show talking about just the cultural impact of all this stuff that we're doing.
Right.
You trying to get me to go on a rant for like an hour?
Yeah, that will work, because you know what? A lot of people need to know these things.
All right.
So, say goodbye, folks.
So
then.
We're going to be out.
Alrighty, so you're watching GEEKCASTER. And go to GEEKCASTER.com. And we'll see you at our events and all that other good stuff.
Go to the event on Saturday.
Woohoo!
Like, share, subscribe.